Hello. In today's video, it's actually my first video ever. I'd like to talk about some shoes, and that's really just what I hope to do, is talk about shoes. And I want to talk about all kinds of shoes, you know. Um, I have some a little bit spendier shoes in my collection, and then I have shoes that really aren't that expensive that I think are still cool, and I'd really like to set that tone. So let's talk about these New Balance 574s. Just got these about a month ago. I've worn them a lot. I haven't cleaned them very much because, you know, I think they actually look pretty good still. And I've worn them doing a few activities outside. I like to disc golf, so I wore them out on the course. And you can actually see some of that, and we'll talk about how durable they are in a minute. But I'd like to first talk about the very first thing that you notice when you go to a store, is just how they look. They're gray, obviously. The New Balance N is in blue. There's some blue New Balance in the back, and there's different tones of gray throughout. So like the laces are a little bit lighter. They're not really white, but they're kind of a light gray. This mesh is pretty, I mean, it's light gray too, but out in the sun it almost looks white, which is kind of cool. It really makes the rest of the shoe pop. And then there's more of that mesh here, some different tones of probably nubuck or some kind of imitation leather here, and then this is all just suede. The midsole is separated in two different colors and also materials, I think. They're both a foam, but of varying softness. The one closest to your foot and the insole is softer, and then the lower part of the midsole is harder. And then the outsole has a tire tread not too dissimilar to something that you would see on roadkill. So that being said, I actually do think these shoes are pretty fresh looking. I like the rounded dad shoe silhouette that I think a lot of people discount when they're talking about, or when they think about New Balance. When you think about New Balance, you're thinking about those athletic shoes, and you think that they're not very stylish, but you know, at least I do. I think that some of the athletic shoes really aren't stylish. I think these are incredibly stylish, and a lot of it has to do with that round, chunky look. In spite of that round, chunky look, the next thing that you think about when you're looking at shoes at the store is how comfortable they are. They are very comfortable, very soft, very light, which is nice. And they walk well. I mean, I wear a size 10, or my true fit size is 10, but these are a 10 and a half, and I like 10 and a half or 11s even with some shoes, because I like to be able to wiggle my toes. So I can't really tell you about fit for your foot. If you have any questions, just go to Marshals, go to Ross. I'm sure you'll find a pair like these, try them on, walk around a little bit in them, and then make a decision for yourself. These do fit a little snug, that being said. So 10 and a half, I can't exactly wiggle my toes if I tie them up really tight, so I've left them loose tight, and the heel kicks around a little bit when I walk. I have always preferred my shoes to be like that. Something about high school and skate shoes, I just always thought they looked cool, and they felt right to me. I don't like tight-fitting clothes, jackets, or shoes, so the loose tie 10 and a half works really well for me with these. And they just breathe well. I mean, I've always thought my foot sweat is gross. I mean, I don't know. Who likes sweaty feet? Does anybody like sweaty feet? And they're just awesome. I mean, I would wear these all day if I worked, you know, as a server at a restaurant, if I was a used car salesman and I was on my feet and walking around all the time. I mean, these would be the shoes I would wear, because they're cost effective. You're not sweating any damage or dirt to them necessarily. I mean, I always kind of get stressed out about dirt on my shoes, especially now that I have recently found out I'm really into shoes, so that doesn't really count. But I mean, I went and I found these at Marshall's for $40, so you can't get super upset about getting a little dirt on a pair of these, because, you know, they're totally affordable, totally available for anyone to get. So that you just can't beat. They're comfortable, wear them all day, lightweight, fit well. I mean, you can't beat these shoes at all. So the one thing I will say about these shoes, and one major con, is I'm a little concerned about their durability. Like I said, I've been disc golfing in these, and I wore them around, and the course was a little, you know, a little rough. There's some rocks and some dirt, but that being said, there's some damage here where the sole is separating from the midsole, and some tearing, which is really unappealing, and I actually just noticed it when I started doing this video, so that I wasn't super reckless in them. It could be from the way I throw my disc. Maybe I'm dragging my feet a little bit on the pad. I don't know. So if you're a skateboarder or a mountain climber, probably not the shoe for you. But if you're just, you know, casually going to the store to try to get some more groceries for your kids, just walking around the mall, road tripping somewhere, I mean, these shoes are great for everything. I'm pretty picky about the shoes I wear when I drive. If I'm driving for long distances, you know, I'm not going to wear heavy boots or anything like that. These I like driving in. My foot feels super responsive and it breathes well, so there's no chance of sweaty foot. Who likes sweaty feet? Does anybody like sweaty feet? And I also like wearing these when I'm walking for long distances because they're comfortable. And again, life happens and I'm not super stressed out about damaging these shoes at all, but they still look super cool. So definitely check out these New Balance 574s. Affordable, find them anywhere. I mean, it's so available, and that's really what makes them cool, because you don't have to be made of money. You don't have to be a shoe enthusiast to still look really cool. So I highly recommend these. If I had to give them a number, I would give them an, at the start of this video, okay, if I was gonna rate these, rating shoes. I don't like rating shoes because I don't like to think that one thing is better than the other. It's all subjective. But before I started recording this video, I would have given them an 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5. They're not my favorite shoe in my collection, but they are one of my favorite shoes to wear every day. All the way up until I actually discovered this tear. And so now I want to say, you know, a 7. And really durability is huge because you want to be able to wear your shoes and have them survive. However, I think the price point really makes up for that. It didn't really hurt my feelings too much. I still really love this shoe, and I think that if there was a fun, more exciting colorway, or if they did some fun collab, you know, people would be all about it. I got the bland colorway that really says dad, so but I'm still very proud of these shoes, so definitely check them out and give them a look-see. There are a lot of shoes out there that are really cool that people don't talk about as much because they're not limited, and I think that you can build hype off of any shoe. I was definitely excited when I saw these. I thought they looked super cool, and when it speaks to you, you just gotta cop them. So let me know what you think about these, and then I'll argue with you, you know, because I think these are dope. And if you think these are dope, then cool, let's be friends. If you don't think they're dope, it's your loss, you know. Just, that's why they're sitting, because one day these will be super dope and you'll be hating you didn't get a pair of these when you could have. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.